Thank you. We'll start in a minute. Let other friends join. Everyone, again, those who are wishing me, thank you. Those who are asking my mail ID, I've given it a lot of times, but still, kumar.rohit@byju's.com. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Manika. No, Nisarg, they will have to pay every time. No, Chandu. Thank you, Ritu. Thank you, Mohit. Everyone, I cannot take each and everyone's name, but everyone, those who are wishing Happy Teachers' Day, thanks a ton. And again, a warm good morning. Shyam, I'll not be able to correct the copies. So do put ieslive@byju's.com. Thank you, Siddharth. Ritik, it takes a lot of time. Then the time to teach reduces. That's the thing. Tulsi, those were interchangeable names. That's the thing. Ragni, I'll see that. Give me time till today. See, a lot of you are sending the, your notes. So that is taking a lot of time, looking at everybody's notes. It takes some time. So give me some time. I'll reply to everyone. Mostly I've replied to everyone. If a few mails have been missed, by the end of the day, I'll reply that. Because it takes, that's the thing. Thanks, Atan Afreen. Which definitely, again, I'm saying a lot of you sending mails where your notes are, let's say, 10 pages, 15 pages. So looking at them takes a lot of time. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Morning, everyone. No, we'll be doing the same topic that we had started yesterday. Commercialization of agriculture. Everyone, if you remember, this was the, last topic that we had started yesterday, isn't it? Those who are asking what is alienable, Nisarg, something which belongs to me tomorrow may not belong to me. That is, it is taken by the British government. Now, all of you, do you remember the factors of commercialization of agriculture? All of you, what are the factors? Tell me, what are the factors of commercialization of agriculture? Nisarg, I hope that doubt is clear. Bishwajit, that will always happen. Good industrial revolution, communication, demand for cash crops, the world trade, of course, the better road, cheap labor in India, etc. etc. Done, guys. Now, two things are left here. One is, all of you, impact of commercialization. Rather, I should not write there. Give me 1 second. Everyone, impacts of commercialization of agriculture. Whenever the word impact comes, all of you understand there will be positive impacts, there will be negative impacts. Now, start with positive. All of you, in your opinion, what can be the positive impacts of commercialization of agriculture? Okay. People are saying linkage to world market. Some people are saying more income, that means higher profits. That is, third, some people are saying better infrastructure. Sangram, if there is higher profit, definitely better living standards. Purva, you cannot say that. Those who are saying reduced unemployment, how can be reduced unemployment be a point? Think about this. Technology is better infrastructure. All of you, you tell me, how can there be lesser unemployment? Okay, all of you tell me now. Everyone, do you think every farmer got better profit? Do you think so? Okay. Now tell me another question. All of you, do you think that the infrastructure developed in a big manner or in a limited manner? So guys, can I write, all of you, to a certain level? If there was higher profits, then this also only was for the rich peasants. Everyone, will you admit it or not? If there is more profit, it helped only the rich, bigger farmers. Now, think about negative factors. Thank you, Pradeep. Everyone, think about the negative factors. Okay, I'll take one. Degradation of land, that is fertility of the soil, went down. Mohan, I'll take your also. Exploitation of peasants. I'll take higher loan indebtedness, that is the people are taking higher loans. Yes, I can take regional disparity. Sandeep, that's point number one. I'll take this also. Shortage of food crops, which ultimately leads to situations like famine. Everyone, Mangrulkar, that's exploitation of peasants. Kritika, that's the first point which you are mentioning. Palak, point number two. Shyam, you will have to be more clearer. Everyone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stages, that's your point number 5. Sandeep, how can you say that? Nancy, again, not very clear. Satyam, you cannot be that specific. Of course, we are putting point number 2 for you only. Zeba, that's the big point. We know that thing. Mohan, your point is point number 3. Harshita, clarify. Everyone, one more point is there. But then that point we will study when we are doing the Deccan peasant revolt. As Shiva, we already said only rich peasants have got this thing. Okay. Everyone, see, all of you, don't you feel that the impact would be very, very, many points can be brought under the impact. The only thing is that you have to be very clear. Dekho, all of you understand. When you write an answer in mains, it is your responsibility to make it understandable for the evaluator. I am the evaluator. What you thought, I may not understand if your point is not very clear. So you have to be very, very clear. Those who are asking what is regional disparity, some areas where cash crops were grown, they grew like anything. Other areas remained backward. Srimant, we said that thing. Shortage of food crops. All of you, can you write an answer? And I'm giving you a question. What do you understand by commercialization of agriculture? What were the impacts of it on Indian? Can you write this? And I would say, as a conclusion of this particular question, always remember, in the conclusion of such a question, we would write that overall commercialization for Indian peasants was a forced process. Everyone, can I say that commercialization was something which was imposed on us by the British? We did not want, but they forced us. How, Satyam? Explain that. They forced us. Write it in, let's say, 150 words, 10 marker. Now, some of you are asking, Rajesh is asking that, sir, how did this commercialization happen in those days? Everyone, for next 2-3 minutes, focus on the board. I'll give you one example. Let's say I'm a farmer. So what would happen is that initially the Britishers, they would offer me what do you call that? Advanced money. So advanced, I should not write D, advance payment. Just a second. So first of all, advance payment, advance money. That is, even before I have produced the crops, I would be given 10 to 20% of the amount in advance. Everyone, do you understand this? At the very beginning. Now, please understand why this amount. This amount was needed because for cash crops, you need a lot of investments. You need to, buy the seeds and other many materials, and that's why there is these are, I would say, money intensive crops. They require a lot of investments. So the British planters would give advance payment for these cash crops. Now, all of you can think this was a big thing because there was no credit market. All of you understand? If Rohit Kumar is a farmer and he needed 50 rupees in those days, everyone, to whom I would have gone for the loan? All of you tell me, if I needed 50 rupees, whom I would have gone for the loan? Absolutely, I would have gone to the money lender, who would have charged a very, very big rate of interest. But in this case, I don't need to go to the money lender. Everyone, why? Because I got advance payment. Prepayment. But then, understand, guys, planters also would want something for themselves. So they would take land on lease. Do you understand lease? All of you, do you understand this word, lease? Everybody understands this? Good. Dekho, why this is done. Basically, let's say Rohit Kumar this time is a planter and he wants to grow chai, tea. Now, if you all have gone to the tea plantations, you would know that tea plants, they have a life of 40 to 45 years. Now, everyone, you tell me, planter started growing tea and after 5 years, he's thrown out of the land. So what will he do? So for that thing, the planters would take the land on lease for many, many years. So this agreement would be, this contract would be done with the peasant and of course local authorities. Now, guys, Prasad is asking that, sir, why can't we grow tea, coffee on our own? Why do we need planters? Now, everyone, those who have this query, think the cash crops, they require a lot of intensive care and they require a lot of technical know-how. That is, when to give it water, how much water, what type of climatic condition, what type of land. Not everybody can grow these plants. So invariably, you require the help of the outsiders. No, planter himself will not work on this land. Please understand, Rajesh. Planters themselves are not going to work on this land. Of course, they will oversee. But then, please understand, hiring of landless laborers would be done. For example, I'm giving you one example. Darjeeling, Assam, tea had to be grown. So people from Jharkhand, Bihar, Odisha, they were brought to Darjeeling. Why? Because, guys, they are usually landless laborers. They don't have land of their own. These people, they are paid very, very low wages. Very small salaries were paid to them. And invariably their condition would be very, very inhuman in those days. Everyone, am I clear with this process of commercialization? Give payments in the advance, take the land on lease, cash crops, why these outsiders are required, how this hiring of landless laborers would be done. Yes, Zeba. For everyone, those who came late, this was the first slide of the day. Even now, some people are joining. This is the first slide. Land on leases, you have taken it on loan, Bishwajit, for a very long period of time. You can have any conclusion, Kishan. I gave you one. I cannot repeat the whole thing. For last 20 minutes, I am doing the same thing. You cannot expect me to repeat everything. Sorry, that's not going to happen, guys. Just somebody who has come late, please, the recorded lessons would be there. Please look into that. Advance payment, prepayments are done even before the crops are given. They are, some money is given to the farmers. Bhavna. See, there were many cash crops. Those who are asking about the cash crops, many cash crops. For example, how many of you have heard about planters, Dikshit? Opium. Everyone, last week I told you opium. Yes, opium is a type of intoxicant, plus at times also used as a drug to reduce the pain. So, guys, just giving you one opium example. You know why these British, they used to import tea from China, but could not pay for it. Guys, they were bringing tea from China, but could not pay. And that is why so started to sell opium to Chinese. Now, everyone, I told you opium is an intoxicant. All of you, opium is an addictive drug, and for British, it was highly profitable. No, please understand, guys. Some people are asking, did the British introduce opium in India? No. Opium was grown in India in small quantities earlier also. Because I told you guys, this is also a drug. That is, it is also used for medicinal purposes. It was used for medicinal purposes. Getting my point? So, in world history, I don't know how many of you know, in world history, you will study that the Chinese and the British, they were involved in a opium war. Everyone, yes, Anurag, you are correct. Guys, slightly for a second, I'm not teaching history. I'm going in IR. China, if you look at the attitude of Chinese towards the world right now, a lot of that is shaped because of their historical experiences. China in the past has seen how the world has treated it. In the case of Britain, what Britain did to it. In the case of, I can talk about your this country, uh, even Japan. So you can see how these Chinese, their behavior, their relation with these countries. Let me give you one more example. Some of you are asking, everyone, and for those who are using, opium in Hindi is called afim. Afim. Indigo in Hindi is called neel. And it is used to give blue color to the fabric. That means basically, guys, it is nothing but a dye extracted from tropical plants. Getting my point? Everyone, it's a blue dye. Everyone, can I say this? And if you all have the idea, I'll change the pen color. Indigo, the problem is it destroys the fertility of the soil. That's why we don't like this. It is Himani. Indigo is mainly grown in areas where there is a very high rainfall. So in India, it was grown in Bengal, Bihar, etc. Similarly, see, again, I'm repeating, guys, there are many such crops. For example, there is cotton, there is pepper, you had sugar cane, you had jute. Everyone, so many crops. Bhavna, opium is mainly grown in Malwa, UP belt, Western UP, and all this. In those areas, opium is grown. But now, whatever opium is grown in India, it is grown under the custody of the governments. Government give permission, and that much opium would be grown. It would be sold to the government only, mainly for the medicinal purposes. Kishan, we will study that. We will study that later. Everyone, are the examples of cash crops clear? See, there would be many other. Then it might be, can you show me where did you read that? Himani, again I am saying, opium today, if Rohit Kumar wants to grow opium, I need to take permission from the government of India. Whatever I grow, I should sell it to the government of India only. Otherwise, it is illegal. Am I clear? Everyone. Yes, Priyanka. All of you. See, everyone. Hayat, it destroys. Just understand that one. Don't get into the technicality. My request to you people will be, each one of you, if you have the time, for every one of you, my suggestion to you would be that in class 8 NCERT, I'm forgetting the chapter number. Guys, I don't exactly remember which chapter, maybe chapter number 3. This topic, commercialization of agriculture, has been discussed in a very good manner. Either read it from the book, it is hardly 12-13 pages, or the NCERT discussion that I have done, you can listen to that also. Please understand, class 8th NCERT, mostly chapter 3 that I remember. If you want to read it, and many people are saying it is chapter 3 only, please read it from there. Or else, everyone, if you don't want to read the book, I have done the discussion of this chapter and I have kept it in the, or it is there in the app also. Please listen to that. Srimant, who says NCERT are not required? No, Tulsi. So, everyone, am I clear? And if you don't get the NCERT on the app, by chance, if you are not able to find it, please write the mail to me. I will send you the complete address where you will get that chapter. Please do that. Okay? Please complete that particular chapter. Done. Everyone, commercialization of agriculture is completely covered now. Some more points is there in the NCERT. That's why I'm asking you to read it once. Not a lot. If you don't do Bipin Chandra, yesterday I told you for this topic also, not a problem. But that, please do it over there. Kostu, that's why I'm saying, please do it. Something for you. Okay. Moving ahead. Our next topic already has given a question in mains 2022. So everyone, do you think there can be a question again on famine this year? Last year a question has already come. See, it can come, but let me tell you, chances are very, very less. All of you, very, very less chance that there might be a question again from famine, at least in mains. So again, everyone, no need of any book for famine. Just see what I am doing. And my suggestion to you would be, prepare this chapter and only 5-6 points will be there, more from the prelims perspective now. Everyone, am I clear? Famine, am I clear with famine? Very less chance, guys. At least dekho, all of you, there is a word in Hindi which we call aukat. Do you know what is the English of aukat? Potential. This chapter, I don't think, has the potential to give 2 questions continuously in 2 years. Getting my point? In 2 continuous years, I don't think so. But of course, we will study. Please understand, guys, we will study. I'm not saying I'm not going to teach. But for those who are appearing this year, 23, for 24, doesn't seem that there will be a question. Let's move ahead now. All of you, can you see this image? Everyone, have you seen such an image in your life? Don't talk about picture. Have you seen this in real? Have you seen it in real? See, those who know geography, the leeward side, areas like Maharashtra, when there is an extensive drought type situation, black soil, in areas like Latur and all, Vidarbha, there might be, even in northern Karnataka. So when the climatic conditions are very, very bad, such type of soil you can see in black soil, these cracks develop. So if you all, those who are asking, sir, what is famine? Everyone, famine in Hindi is called as akal. So for those who want a definition, whenever there is an acute shortage of food. Now everyone understand, when can be there an acute shortage? Either because of natural factors or because of man-made reasons. Now understand, guys. What is natural? Let's say monsoon failed, and for a continuous long period of time there was no rainfall. Thank you, Gaurav. Man-made reasons, guys. Let's say there is a war, all of you. So either because of the climatic factors or because of this situations like war, everyone, Africa, take example of Africa, na? Somalia, take example of Western Asia, Yemen. These countries, they face famine like situation because of war. But then many areas, if there is no proper rainfall, then also it may lead to famine. Everyone, is the definition of famine clear? All of you. See, please understand. Those who are asking what is drought, drought is sukha. Drought is sukha. That's in Hindi. These are two different things. Not drought can lead to a famine. Now, everyone, if there is a war goody, please understand, crops will not grow, farmers will not be able to work, so there will be invariably shortage of food. Is this clear? Now, no, Priyal, I wrote clearly, I wrote here. Some people, they say that poverty causes famine, whereas other people say no, it is famine that causes poverty. Two different theories. See, I'm now coming to India. Please understand, all of you. Now, if you are talking about 2023, India does not suffer from famine. But historically, we used to have a lot of famines in our country. There were many, many famines that took place in our country. So, the British scholars, they used to say that because India is very, very poor country, because of that, there are many famines in our country. Whereas Indian scholars used to say that because there are so many, sorry, I said this opposite. Just give me a second, everyone. Just I'll explain this again. By mistake, I said. Just 1 second. Sorry. Guys, Indian scholars, they used to say that because the Britishers have made us so poor, it leads to situations like famine. Whereas British scholars used to say because there are so many famines in your country, that is the reason you became poor. Whatever be the case, everyone, be very, very clear that so many famines came to our country, and one of the reasons for that was colonial economic the colonial policies. They were to very big extent responsible that in India there were many famines in those days. I'm taking one extra slide, everyone, and in this slide we will be able to do famine. See here. East India Company ruled for many years. Everyone, please see one slide. All of you, can you read this slide? This much. Everyone, can you read this much? Everyone, can you read this? Examples of famine. Can you remember all this? All of you, can you remember all these? Can you remember all these? See, you might be, but I would say, why do you need this? Let's remember one. Let's remember one which is very, very important. And I will remember this one. I'm going back. 1769, 70, Bengal, 1/3 of province's population got impacted. Getting my point? All of you, we will study this, but let me tell you, this is the time when in Bengal, dual system of British rule was going on. And many people say that in Bengal, the Britishers were acting as a robber state. Robber state means they were only looting us at this point of time. Absolutely, Robert Clive was the governor in those days. They were busy in only earning money for themselves. They had no concern if Indians are dying. They are not worried about that. Only thing that they are worried about is how to have or how to earn more money at this point of time. Remember, company's rule is for the first 100 years. And it is said no attempts by company to formulate a plan or policy for famine relief. Everyone, am I clear with this point? All of you. Absolutely. Shimant, we will study that. In the next week when we are doing Sannyasi Revolt, we will study that. Everyone, am I clear? Yes, Shreyank, you can write that. Guys, Shreyank says a very good point, and I'm only writing and then I will rub. Robert Clive acted as Robber Clive. Bengal, Kishan, if it's written Bengal, which it would be? Dual system we will study. Everyone. Then came Queen's rule. From 1857, for the next 90 years, India was ruled directly by the Queen. Don't worry about this, guys. We will study it in Monday's class on or in the chapter of 1857 revolt. Getting my point? Arjun, because there are some good things also. We will see that later. Good, bad, everything. Now, under this, famine in Delhi and Agra. And the first committee, Colonel Beard Smith report came on this. Everyone, one type of question from this chapter can be, they will give you the committees and ask you to arrange them in chronological order. I will tell you that in some time. Understand, for the first time, a committee was set up to look into the causes, the areas, the intensity of these famines. But then everyone remember the most important famine during the company rule came when Lytton was the Governor General of India. And let me tell you guys, this famine is known as the Great Famine. Impacted in those days areas like Madras, Bombay, UP, Punjab. How many of you have heard about the Great Famine? All of you. How many of you have heard about the Great Famine? For those who have not heard, let me give you some numbers. Everyone, have you heard this name? All of you heard this name? R.C. Dutt? He says, all of you see this, 50 lakh people died in 1 year. All of you, just see. No, Anurag, you are wrong. Everyone, can you see? R.C. Dutt says 50 lakh people died in 1 year. Guys, in fact, his estimate was, he said that between 1850 to 1900, 2 crore 80 lakh people died. Everyone, no Basavraj, 50 lakh. All of you, can you see this? Everyone. No, this number is not too big. Please understand, guys, because of this many casualties, let me tell you, if you all have studied or not studied, I can tell you guys, One of the reasons our population never grew in a big manner in those days was our people would die because of this. You know, now, of course, if you want to hear about these events, you can only read in books or the stories. I have read villages after villages used to become depopulated. That is, everyone from the village would die in those days. Every person. Not a single person would remain. That's the thing. Imagine, guys. And no, not, see, understand. Let's say, all of you, some of you are not understanding this. See here. I'm taking one example. Let's say this is a village. Famine came. Few people died. Now, maybe they were not properly cremated. Their bodies somewhat went into the rivers or the water sources. So many epidemics, like let's say cholera, would happen. That also would lead to people dying. So it's not that there is only a shortage of food grain, but combined with these things, epidemics and pandemics like this, it would result into the death of so many of the people in those days. Everyone. uh Today is what, Tuesday? Next week, Wednesday's class, we will see that this famine became the cause of the growth of modern Indian nationalism. Everyone, we will study this next week, Wednesday. You will see our moderate leaders, they will be very, very unhappy because of this. And this will lead to the growth of the feeling of nationalism amongst our people. Everyone, clear till here? All of you, clear till here? See, again, I'm telling you, those who came slightly late also, if you don't even read the PPT and just focus on this slide, this chapter is done. Guys, I am making the notes in such a manner that Lytton is a governor general. We will study about him later. MD, I don't understand what you are saying. Cholera it is. Kulsum, cholera. MD, cholera. Cholera is a disease. No issues. Those who were late, please cover it from the recorded session. But then this is more than sufficient. Now, everyone, now come. Lytton is a name. He's the governor general in those days. Very bad man. He's the Gulshan Grover of those days. Villain. Now, everyone. Okay. Now come to the commissions. Put apostrophes, Roshan. Everyone. Lytton appointed a commission known as Strachey Commission. I'm sorry. Lytton appointed this commission, and the work of this was to formulate general principles and suggest preventive measures. Everyone, a commission is appointed, and this commission has been asked that please give us suggestions that how can we avoid famine, what can be done. Now everyone, think about this. Don't you think if there will be a commission, they will make a very hefty document? They will say we should do this, we should do that, we should do this also, this way famine will not come. They would try to give a lot of recommendations. So if you see here, they gave certain suggestions. Like all of you, very simple point I'll say. They said, if there is a famine, give relief. What type of relief? Give food which is cooked, or give raw grains which can be cooked, or give money. Everyone, is this first point clear? Think about this now. If there is a famine, give people food to eat, give them cooked food, or give them raw grains so that they can cook it and eat it, or give them money from which they can buy and survive that year. Everyone, clear this point? Number two, they said it is duty of the state to provide relief to affected people. That is, it is government's responsibility if there is a famine that these people should be given, all the help. Number third, everyone, don't you think, all of you think about this, don't you all think that there might be corruption when money is involved? All of you think about this. Don't you think there might be corruptions when there is money involved? So they suggested that supply of food should be carefully washed. That is, we should nigrani rakhiyega. Keep an eye on how this food is being supplied. And invariably, for the supply of food, private players should be trusted. Along with this, all of you, export of food grains should be prohibited. Think now, everyone, you all think, if there is food grains going outside the country when there is a famine, don't you think it would be a big problem? So they suggested that there should be no export of food grains at this point. Now, all of you tell me, in order to do this, do you think money will be involved? So, the cost of famine relief should be borne by provincial governments, that is, the state governments should pay the money for all this. But then, let's say the provincial governments don't have the money, then central assistance can be given. Guys, it is a situation, it might be that the provinces don't have that sort of money. So the central government will help them. Lastly, migration of cattle should also happen. A famine fund should be created. And finally, 1883, based on their recommendations, a famine code was formulated, that is, what should be done, when should be done, how it should be done. All this was done here. Now, for everyone, understand one thing. Lytton, okay, this is not clear. Lytton appointed this commission in 1880, but the report of this commission was handed to the next Governor General, Ripon. Everyone, if the question is who appointed it, the answer will be Lytton. If the question is to whom was this report submitted, the answer would be Ripon, the next Governor General. Guys, under this famine code, the duties of all concerned was mentioned. Everyone, is Strachey Commission clear? Born means paid. Those who are asking why migration of cattle, all of you understand. Guys, if cattle will not survive this year, do you think next year I will survive? Bhai, I need the cattle to work in the field. Who will work for me? I need my cattle. It cannot be that cattle is ignored. You know, how many of you have seen floods coming in your areas? All of you. Have you seen floods coming in your area? For those who know or for those who don't know. Guys, I come from North Bihar. And those who are the people of that area would know that in North Bihar, because of Kosi and, during the times of monsoon, almost every year, there is some flood, like Assam and all. So whenever this flood situation will come, the people, most of the times you will see that the people, they would move towards the national highways. A lot of poor people on the NH, national highways, on one side of the NH, they will have their small jhopris, hut, and they would not leave their cattle to die. They will have their cattle also tied in and around their houses only. Because bhai, after this flood subsides, invariably, there will be the need of these cattle. You cannot leave them. In fact, guys, I'll tell you one thing. Cattle, they become a part of the, I would say, this thing, what do you say? Uh, Part of the family, they become a lot of times. They take care of the livelihood, of course, but then that's how it is. Everyone, am I clear? All of you. It is Shyam, but you cannot have everything interesting only. Harshita, that's not required. Okay, everyone. Last 2 minutes. Later, another commission came after the 1896-97 famine. Almost similar suggestions they also gave. They did not give any new suggestions. And finally, Curzon, appointed under Anthony MacDonald Commission. the last commission. And this Curzon's committee, they talked about that let's appoint a famine commissioner in a province where relief operation was expected. That is, this person will be responsible of for all the work when there is a famine. They also talked about moral strategies. Basically, this means distribution of advances for purchase of seeds and cattle, etc. Everyone, done with the whole chapter on famine. He's a person not needed, Zeba. Who is he? Nobody will ask you. Okay, just give me a second. Everyone, Rashida, you cannot come now, ask this. This is famine chapter going on. I've already explained what to do from Bipin Chandra. Guys, if there is a question in prelims, one question can be order. So you can see here, if I take totally a different color of pen, one is here, Colonel Bates Smith report. Second is Strachey. Third is Leal. Fourth is McDonnell. You can focus on this order. The four, purchase of seeds and cattle, Priyanka. You can do that. Am I clear? All of you? I don't have space available over there. How many of you have heard about this? Bengal famine, 1943. Everyone, have you heard about this Bengal famine? Around 1903. Heard about this? Okay. As the name suggests, it would have taken place in Bengal. 15 to 30 lakh people died. And guys, it is called a man-made famine. Why? Because at this moment, World War II was going on. And what happened is, most of the food was diverted for the needs of army. And the problem was further made very, very aggrieved because Churchill, the PM of Britain, did not look into this properly. Guys, it is said that, the mismanagement and deliberate profiteering did not help. If there is a famine, the government should have done what? Government should have looked into and done the rationing of the food. That was not taken care of. The government should have interfered in this. Government should have worked for this. Government could have stopped the black, Kala Bazari, black marketing could have been stopped. That did not take place. And that is why, guys, many people say Bengal famine was more man-made than an act of God. It is not an act of God. It was made by the human. And you all know, guys, war propaganda. What was the war propaganda at that moment? The war propaganda was of no shortage. The war propaganda was continuously saying there is no shortage of goods. Nothing, no problem, don't worry. No, see, Raj, one of the problems of this famine was that import of food grains from Burma had stopped because, as I said, now World War II was going on. And for the last few years, Bengal monsoon was continuously failing. So all these were the factors which made Bengal famine very big famine. Areas like Dhaka, Nokhli, all these areas had got impacted in those days. Am I clear, everyone? Bengal famine, nobody will ask you more than this. Am I clear? Just give me 2 minutes. I'll just fill my bottle and I'll be back. Okay, just give me 2 minutes. I'll be back here. In the meantime, you can see this slide. Just go through this slide. Prelims. Let very easy question. All of you, sorry, very, very easy topic. And important more for prelims. Much more important for prelims. Very less chance that there would be a question in mains from this particular topic. Everyone, you all understand civil services? All of you, you understand civil services? That's something that you all know. At least that much I would expect. And I hope a lot of you become civil servants. That's the only thing that we hope. So, for all those who are slightly angry at the decision why you started preparing for UPSC, from here all this has started. From here all, this all began. Civil services. So, who brought it? Or what was the idea? Why was this brought? Have you heard about the name of Cornwallis? Heard this name, everyone? Governor General from 1786 to 93. I should put double L. Yesterday we heard about him, na? Lord Cornwallis brought the permanent settlement. Same man. Now all of you understand here. Cornwallis brought civil services because when he was in India, he was very much perturbed because of the corruption that was going on. So Cornwallis thought a few things. Everyone, see here. To check this corruption that was going on, Cornwallis thought of raising salary. Everyone, Cornwallis thought that if I pay a very handsome salary to the people, people will not do corruption. Everyone, is he correct or is he wrong? Cornwallis thought if I pay a very good salary, people will not do corruption. Except 1%, everybody till now has said he is wrong. At least 90% of the people are saying no. Maybe. Some people are saying to some extent. Unfortunately, guys, in spite of getting very handsome salaries, and at times the people who are more rich, the hunger to become much more richer leads them to do a lot of corruption. Number two, he said he debarred, and guys, civil servants, I'm writing with CS, debarred civil servants from taking presents. All of you, please understand, he debarred the people. He said, no, don't take bribe. For example, uh, I'll give you an example. Marriages happen, and let's say there is a civil servant XYZ and he's getting married. So somebody gave him a very big item of jewelry. All of you, do you think that that jewelry would have been given to him by an unknown person because he loved the civil servant, or he loved the position of the civil servant? Even now, there are rules and regulations which forbid the civil servants from accepting a gift more than a particular value. So debarred means he stopped. He said very clearly that don't take presents, I'm sorry, gifts. You should not take. Third, no private trade. Everyone, EIC civil servants were said that you will only work for the company. You are not going to do any private trade. And lastly, he said promotion will only be through seniority. That is, after a point, after a particular time frame, you would be promoted and you would be made civil servants. Everyone, am I clear with this? This slide. Now, for those, thank you, Kavna. For those who are saying, yeah, Lagada, everyone, he only famously said, every native of Hindustan is, all of you, can you see? Everyone, can you see this? Basically, it is he debarred Indians from high posts. All of you understand? We Indians were debarred from all those jobs which were paying 500 pounds per annum. Everyone, don't you see this is a prejudice? Even before knowing us, he has made up his mind that we Indians are corrupt fellows. And that's why the Charter Act of 1893, sorry, 1793, guys, sorry, just 1 second. The Charter Acts of 1793 debarred Indians that we will not get any job which pays more than 500 pounds per annum. That is, we Indians are not eligible for these jobs. Now understand, guys, this was coming from 2-3 angles. Number one, all of you, will you admit that this is a very good salary? Everyone, will you admit that this is a very good salary? Subramanya, debarred. Everyone. So, all of you, tell me, can I say that there was a very, very high competition amongst Europeans for this? All of you, tell me. CS, Chishti, Civil Services, and CA is Charter Act. Everyone, can I say this? All of you, can I say this point? That there is a very high competition. Europeans want to become civil servants. So if Europeans want to become civil servant, why to give this to Indians? Number two, all of you, this line, every native of Hindustan is corrupt, shows that they thought that Indians were incapable, untrustworthy, and insensitive to British interests. Guys, every native of Hindustan, the moment they say this, clearly reflects that they think they cannot trust us. They think we are corrupt. Again, guys, please understand, this is a belief. This is not true. But this is something that these Britishers believe in. Third, if not Indians, who? They felt only English they could establish this administrative service that will take care of British interest. Nobody else can do this. All of you, very generic introduction of civil services I have given to you. Any doubt on this? All of you, any doubt on this till here? Thank you. Only if you are in, can you do private trade? If you become a civil servant today, tomorrow, will you keep on doing private trade? Tell me. That is only the British. Pranshi, when I say English, only the British. Kunal, tell me one point. I cannot repeat the whole. Please understand. Chitturi, I said to manage the British interest in India. That's the thing. Next point I am writing already has come in UPSC exam. So, please understand. Prelims, already this has come. Now, everyone, tell me. You all tell me. If you are a British person in those days and you are coming to work in India as a civil servant, will you require any training? Do you require training if you are coming to India to do the work for civil services? You require? You would. So, a Fort William College was established. Established by whom? Governor General. Wellesley. Governor General Wellesley established a Fort William College. The purpose of this was train civil servants. But then, guys, it was closed and moved to London. Because, guys, the British East India Company said that why do you require a college in India to train the civil servants? Ultimately, these civil servants are coming from London. So, train them over there. So, by 1806, this college, which was started by Wellesley, was stopped. Everyone, first of all, this college established. Now understand. Charter Act 1833. This charter tried to open the civil services for Indians. Charter Act of 1833, they said let's go for competition. Whoever is the best should be allowed to join the civil services. But then, guys, this was not accepted. Now, all of you, why was it not accepted? It was not accepted because Court of Directors of EIC, they used to nominate the civil servants and they did not want to give away this, I would say, privilege. Everyone, all of you think, let's say Rohit Kumar is a British officer. If I can appoint my brother, my nephew, my relatives. But if there will be open competition, can I do this? No. So the court of directors, they opposed it. And that's why this could not be implemented. Could not be implemented at this point of time. Everyone, that means this time only it was thought but could not be done. No exam, only nomination. That means only appointment. I will nominate. I will say, I like Shashank. Let's appoint Shashank. I like, let's say, Raj. Let's appoint Raj. I don't like Rajesh. I will not appoint Rajesh. But if exam is done, maybe Rajesh is the best. But then, guys, Charter Act of 1853. See, today only we will study all the Charter Acts. Have patience. After civil services is done, the last topic of this chapter, 3 stages of capitalism, will come, where we will discuss everything once again, and I will show you the different things over there. All of you, which committee was appointed here? Everyone, do you know which committee? Macaulay Committee. Macaulay Committee. They removed appointment of civil servant by nomination, rather recommended open competition. Everyone, in the open competition, what will happen? Fittest, one who is the fittest, that is one who is the best, will be recommended to civil servant. One who is the best out of all the people will be appointed as a civil servant at this point of time. So guys, from here onwards, freely, impartially, civil servants could be selected based on the exam. Everyone, any doubt in the left hand side portion? Fort William College, already asked, and the two charter acts, 33 and 53, only one thing they are saying, that firstly the competition and later it was accepted. Fittest is Afreen, exam is conducted, whoever is the best will be elected. Roshan, just give me some minutes, I'll come to your point. Yeah, you can say Uni, you can say that. Guys, I'll give you a break, give me 10 minutes, I'll give you a break. Yes, Zeba, this time it was accepted. And for those who are asking, see, Monday's class, you will study 1857 revolt. Okay. In Monday's class, you will study 1857 revolt, and there you will study that after 1857, there was GOI Act 1858 came. And that said that there will not be any discrimination with the Indians. But then they brought a law. I should write Indian Civil Service Act 1861. Now guys, all of you look at this. All of you see here. Exam only in England. Exam only in English. Syllabus. Classical learning of Greek and Latin, and age 23, 22, 21, 19. 23 in this, 22 in this, 21 in this, 19 in this. Now everyone, please understand. Let's say, do you think it is easy to become civil servants in those days? I'm asking you, look at this. Everyone, can you go to England easily? In those days, can you go to England easily? Exam is conducted only in England, not in India. All of you, are you proficient in English? Everyone, are you proficient in English? No. Guys, have you ever learnt Greek and Latin? All of you. Had you ever learned Greek and Latin? Okay. And for those who are asking about this age, please understand. In 1859, 23 is the maximum age. That is, by 23, if you become a civil servant, good. Otherwise, your chances are over. And by the time 19 in 1878, Lytton was the Governor General. So all of you think 19. Today, the age is 32 for general. In those days, it was only 19. That is the maximum age, not minimum, Chitturi. Maximum. That is, if you became a civil servant by 19, great. Otherwise, your attempts are over. All of you, by 19, again I'm saying Uni, maximum age, it's not minimum. Please understand, it's not minimum, it's maximum. You have to become a civil servant by this age, otherwise your attempts are over. All of you understand? Do you think it is easy for the Indians? Do you think this is easy for the Indians? That is why, guys, very few Indians could clear this particular exam. And the first Indian to clear this was Satyendranath Tagore. He cleared this in, I think, 1863. The elder brother of Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, Satyendranath Tagore, became the first Indian civil servant to clear this exam. All of you, Tagore, they came from Thakurbari family because the Britishers could not pronunciate their name Thakur. That's why it was made as Tagore. They come from Thakurbari family of Bengal, the most advanced and one of the most prominent families of Bengal in those days. And Satyendranath Tagore has cleared this exam for the first time as an Indian. When we talk about the Indians, please understand, senior positions were known as covenanted and the junior positions were known as uncovenanted in those days. Astha, yes. Yes, Shikalgar. Guys, Lytton, I already told you, the bad man later even tried to introduce statutory civil services. Under this, in 1878-79, he proposed that one-sixth of the openings should be filled by nomination from Indians of high families, nominated by local government and approved by secretary and the viceroy. All of you, please understand. Guys, can you understand this point? Statutory civil service? Everyone, can you understand this point? Everyone, if there is competition, will the princes, will the kings able to clear the competition? All of you think. Will the prince, will the king? Mostly no. So Lytton came up with this statutory civil service. For example, if there are 96 openings, 1/6, that is 16 seats, 1/6 of the openings will not be filled by competition, but rather will be filled by nomination. Who will be nominated? Indian people belonging to the prominent families, high families, rich families. And how will they be nominated? Local government will nominate them, and that will be approved by the Secretary of the State and the Viceroy. The good thing was, guys, that this system failed, and that is why later it was abolished. Everyone, is the statutory civil service clear now? No, Shreya. Is the statutory civil service clear now? Guys, don't get into, the qualifications. Please understand, guys, if you will go in the qualification, I've studied about the qualifications of those days. One of the qualification was, do you know how to ride a horse? Now imagine, everyone, in those days, riding horse was very, very important, because how would you travel from one place to another? You had to travel on horses. So that was also one of the qualifications. So different qualifications, don't get into that. Take a break. After the break, we will talk about 3 different commissions: Atchison, Islington, and the Lee Commission. The 3 commissions related to civil services would be discussed by us. For those who are asking, yes, guys, you are correct. S.N. Banerjee. Let me write here only where I can write. S.N. Banerjee also cleared this exam later. But was removed from job. Similarly, R.C. Dutt and many other people were clearing this exam or had cleared this exam around 1869. Subhash Chandra Bose cleared it in the 20th century. Please understand, guys, for Mohan, today is Teacher's Day and I should show you mercy. Rather, I should not give you a break today. Today, let me do the work that I do, teaching. That would be the mercy. Let me continue for 3.5 hours continuously. Guys, if it was in my hands, I would never give the break. But because you people half of the time are asking for the break, so I will definitely give it to you. The time is 7:50 till 8 p.m. You have the break. And for those who are, uh, wishing me happy Teacher's Day, let's meet after the break. Let's come back after the break. that the exam should be done only in England. It should not be done in India at this point of time. Their other recommendations was, all of you, Lytton had reduced the age till 19. So they said that this age limit should be increased and made to 23. They said 19 is too less, make it 23. Their other recommendation was that this term covenanted and uncovenanted, these terms should be dropped, and rather please, oh sorry, rather spelling is wrong. Rather, everyone please see what new names are being given. Imperial Indian Civil Service, Provincial Civil Service, and Subordinate Civil Service. Now, Imperial Civil Service exam would only be done in England. Provincial Civil Service exam would be done in India, and Subordinate Civil Service exam would be done in India. Everyone, Imperial Indian Civil Service is present day UPSC. Provincial Civil Services present day is like your BPSC or UPPSC, the state PSCs. And subordinate civil service can be equated to certain extent as your SSC exams. All of you, am I clear with Atchison? All of you? But then Zeba, we were demanding, Indians were demanding that conduct the exam in India also. Everyone, please understand, Congress had already been formed in 1885. So, this committee said, no, we will conduct the exam only in England. Now, do the comparison. Islington accepted that fine enough. Simultaneous exam in India and England. All of you, Islington said, fine enough, we will have the exam both in India and England. This committee came in 1912. At that point, Harding was the Governor General of India. And this thing started from 1922. Everyone, is Islington clear? Everyone, is Islington clear? No issues, Reshma. Very simple. They are saying, let's conduct the exam both in India and England. Recommendation was given in this year, but accepted and started from this year. Started from this year, that is from 1922. The exam was conducted both in India and England. And let me tell you guys, though you have not studied it, how many of you have heard about GOI Act 1919, also known as Montagu-Chelmsford reforms or Montfort reforms? Everyone, very, very important, very famous. When did this act come? All of you, look at this. Guys, they also recommended the exam to be done both in England and India. Everyone, please notice, Islington also said this, Montagu also said this, and that is why from 22 onwards, this recommendation was accepted. Everyone, am I clear? All of you, is this point clear? Same recommendation given by both of them and accepted in 1922. They said that at least 1/3 of recruitments should be minimum done in India, and later every year increase it by 1.5%. So this year 33, next year 34.5% seats, next year 36% seats should be filled in India only. All of you, last committee, Lee Commission. The year is 1924 and the Governor General is Reading. Reading is the Governor General, and in 1924 this commission came, made many suggestions, but the most important suggestion was a public service commission should be established. Guys, this was a proposal in Government of India Act 1919 also. They said that please appoint a commission which will look into these recruitments. And this suggestion, all of you, was accepted by GI Act 1935, and this led to the formation of Federal Public Service Commission and Provincial Public Service Commissions. Just like today, what you call as Union Public Service Commission in those days was called Federal Public Service Commission. It was brought by the GOI Act 1935, even though the suggestion had been there by Lee Commission and by GOI Act 1935. Again, I'm saying, guys, a commission was recommended. Which commission? A Public Service Commission. By Government of India Act 1919, by Government of India, by Lee Commission, and finally accepted and brought by this. Everyone, Yasmin, now am I clear? All of you, am I clear now? There are 1 or 2 points which I have left here because we have not studied Montfort. So you will not understand 1 or 2 terms like reserved, transferred. We will see that later. Again repeating, chances of question on this chapter is more in prelims. It is a prelims topic which you should know. Lee Commission, Palak, is only for one thing, a Public Service Commission which was accepted by GOI Act 1935. Only you will study that later. Because they also recommended the same thing, everyone. All of you. No, Dikshit, no. Everyone, we are done with this chapter. Now, whatever we have studied in this chapter, basically, again, everyone, from Friday we started. Friday we did drain of wealth. Monday we did deindustrialization. We did the different acts. We did the revenue collection methods yesterday. Today we did, yesterday only we did transport and communication. Today we did commercialization of agriculture. After that we did famine. Then we have done civil services. Now all of you, whatever I just now said, will I be correct to say all these things happened from 1757 till 1947? Everyone, basically whatever we have studied till now in this chapter is a sum total of 190 years. Now this 190 years, Rajni Palme Dutt, he divides it into 3 stages. This 190 years has been divided into 3 stages by Rajni Palme Dutt, who is a Marxist historian. What are the 3 stages? Mercantile, industrial, and financial stages. Please remember the order MIF. Please remember this. Now the first stage starts from here till here. Now guys, why like this? This year is the date of Battle of Plassey. And 1813, a very famous Charter Act came. So the first stage is your mercantile stage. And this is also known as period of monopoly trade and direct appropriation. Now everyone listen to me for 2 minutes. Why I am teaching at the end this topic? Because you have studied everything. I will only ask you question. First of all, tell me, do you understand the word capitalism? Everyone, do you understand the word capitalism? Everyone, it is a system in which means of productions are in the hands of few individuals. So basically, let's say the money, I would say your factory, the land, they all belong to a few, and rest of the people are dependent on that. That's point number 1. Number 2, all of you, please notice this period. Everyone, do you remember Carnatic Wars? All of you, do you remember Plassey Buxar, Maratha War, Mysore Wars. All of you. Priyal, don't worry about that. No, don't bring Sikh. Please look into this year. Everyone, can I say, by defeating French in Carnatic Wars and by defeating all these powers, the British in this era, they achieved monopoly. Everyone, can I say this, that British removed all the competition. Everyone, Dikshit, British are not there in Panipat. Don't bring it there. Everyone, can I say this, that in this phase, Britishers have only done one thing. They have eliminated all their competitors. And of course, we will study in some time. They brought many charter acts and established their rule in India firmly. So all of you, can you see the other name of mercantile trade? Mercantile phase. Period of monopoly trade. Monopoly means only one. And got all the money directly appropriated in their coffers. Now, you people will tell me, will I be correct to say in this phase a lot of drain of wealth happened? Everyone, you people tell me, you have studied. Will I be correct to say drain of wealth happened in this phase? And if I tell you guys that some people say that 2 to 3% of national income of Britain in those days was used for industrial revolution. So basically the money that went to Britain was almost 2 to 3% of national income of Britain, and all this money was used for industrial revolution. Everyone, till here any doubt? Till here any doubt? Last point, and we are done with this. Last point, guys. Tell me if you understand this point or not. In this phase, no large scale import of British goods in India, rather an increase in export of Indian textiles. Everyone, did you understand this pink line? Did you understand this? For those who did not understand, please understand. Please, all of you. For example, Britain did industrial revolution. Do you think from the first day Britain will be able to sell their goods in India? Will they be able to do that? No. Because Indians, they are not accustomed to British products. But all of you know, British traders, they take a lot of things from our country at this moment. They are taking a lot of material from our country. So invariably, guys, import was very less, but then export of Indian textiles was very, very high at this point of time. Lastly, tell me, is it possible that simultaneously, along with this, however, the weavers got ruined in this phase? Guys, is it possible, all of you, that our weavers, they got ruined at this point of time? Is it possible? Most of you are writing yes. For those who are asking how, please understand, this happened because company exploited them. We have studied that company would pay less to them while buying their goods, and also company at this moment more or less monopolized the trade. And this is the reason at this moment the weavers totally got ruined here. Now I'll take a separate slide. Guys, I'm teaching you all the 4 charter acts together. Everyone, have we ever studied any charter act before? All of you, have we studied any charter act before? These charters are very important. All of you, those who are saying no, please go back and look into the second class of ours. No, just go and look at the second class, last week's Tuesday class. Now I will refresh your memory. Queen Elizabeth had issued a charter in 1600 to East India Company to go and trade in the eastern part of the world. Later in 1609, King James issued another charter, and this time he said, rather for 15 years, this charter will be for an indefinite period. Everyone, do you remember that now? All of you, yaad aa gaya? Bhuliye mat. Don't forget. So for every charter, let me give you some information. All of you. Guys, these charters are Act of Parliament of Great Britain. Please understand, this is true for all the charters. All of you, all these charters were issued to East India Company, and through this, it renewed the company's rule in India. We have studied these charters are saying, okay, you can keep on ruling India for some more time. How many time? 20 years. Everyone. Now, I'll give you some example of drain of wealth here. I can take another. Friday's class, please remember how drain of wealth is happening. Salary of the staff and paid members of board of control now is on EIC. Number 2, all the home government members, their salary came from Indian revenue. Number 3, I'll take another. East India Company gave licenses to its employees to trade in India, and this led to shipment of opium to China, which we were studying, known as the Opium Wars. Each one of you, only one point which we have not studied is what is board of control, and I will teach that later. Don't ask me anything about that. Rest, am I clear with this Charter Act or not? All of you. Am I clear? Issued to EIC, Bhumi. Issued to East India Company. Everyone, is Charter Act of 93 clear? Satyam, opium trade. Palak, every charter was of 20 years. So Charter Act of 93 goes till 13. Home government, all the officers who are involved in India and working for them, salary. Chitturi, we did this on Friday's class only. Don't get repeating, the points here. Last point is we were talking about the opium wars. So the company's officers, they could take the opium from India and sell it in Britain in those days. Sell in China in those days, and through that they would earn a lot of money. We will study that, Sanskar. We have not done that. Everyone, putting 3 stars here. The most important charter, and already prelims question has come on this. Charter Act of Afrin, we will study that later. Please understand, all the charters right now we are studying only from the economy point of view. Everyone, listen to me very carefully. This is the most important charter. Who has the monopoly right now? Everyone, listen. एकदम सुनना, बहुत ध्यान से सुनना. Everybody listen very carefully. Industrial revolution had happened. Guys, because of industrial revolution, many, or I would not write this. Because of this, a new capitalist class had emerged in Britain. All of you, because of industrial revolution, a new class, my grandfather had established an industry in industrial revolution, made a lot of money. Now I'm very, very rich. Now, guys, this new businessmen, they started to question They were like, why should only East India Company go to India? All of you, they are saying, why not us? Why only one company? Why not other companies are also allowed to go to India? So please understand, guys, this concept comes from the concept of laissez-faire. All of you, have you heard this term? Laissez-faire. Everyone, do you understand this concept, laissez-faire? What is this concept? In simple words, guys, it says no government intervention. That is, it is business. Let the business people handle this. Why are the government making the rules? Government should not make the rules. Give us the power to also go and do business in India. Number two, you would study in Britain, in world history. A continental system had been developed by Napoleon Bonaparte. And under this, all the European ports were closed to Britain. Guys, this point you will study in world history. Don't worry about that. You all know Napoleon Bonaparte is coming from your France, has enmity with Britain. So he was causing a lot of losses to the British businessmen in Europe in those days through his continental system. Now, all of you, don't you think if Rohit Kumar is a businessman doing business in Europe in those days and is having losses because of Napoleon, tell me everyone, will I not demand the government allow me to go to India so that I can also make some profit? Everyone, will I not demand? So because of these Charter Act addressed these concerns. And the most important point in pink I'm going to write, this charter said companies' monopoly over Indian trade was terminated. They said now everybody can do business in India except tea trade and trade with China. Please understand, guys, only two exceptions. Other than that, no other exception to East India Company. Only these two exceptions were given. And very clearly, government also said that Crown is sovereign with regards to British India. With regards to British India, it is the crown, that is queen or the king, that is totally sovereign. Now, everyone, this thing, this particular Charter Act ended the company's monopoly over tea and China trade also. So guys, this point which you saw, this exception, that also was ended by this. Only one important point. Another, if you want to remember, the other name of this is St. Helena Act. Out of the 4 charters, the charter which is known as St. Helena Act is the third charter. Last charter for an indefinite period because no time frame was given. All the previous charters were known as for 20 years. This charter did not mention the time frame. That's why it is for indefinite period. For those who are asking why it is called St. Helena, Napoleon was kept in this island only, and under this charter, this island was handed over to the Queen. Napoleon had died way before this. This charter is also known as St. Helena Act because this island was given to the Queen by this charter. Am I clear? Everyone, Venkatesh, they did not want to end everything. Zeba, he was having clashes with fights with Britain. That's why, again, I'm saying continental system, you will study in world history again. All of you, any doubt in the 4 charters? I brought that, Monica. Yuvraj, please see. Guys, those who want this slide, this is here. Satyam, please check and tell me. Do the Google search. Nothing. Please understand, guys, all these charter acts we will again study later when we are doing the constitutional history. Under economy, nothing is there under Charter Act of 1853. This year's prelims question came from 1833 Charter Act. Bishwajit means no government intervention. That government should not, decide what is good, what is bad for business. We will see that, Bhumi, later. Prelims question, Friday's class, not now. Udbhav, just now I said laissez-faire. Those who are asking about the prelims question in Friday's class. All of you, second phase. What is the name of second phase? Everyone, what is the name of the second phase? Now you all will tell me. Everyone, just now when I was explaining the second charter, 1813, all of you tell me. We talked about emergence of new capitalist class, and this was due to industrial revolution. I've already said, repeating the same thing, they were criticizing EIC. Why? Because EIC had a monopoly with regards to India. So in this phase, and for those who are asking, Raj is asking, why are we calling it industrial? See, because in this phase, India's colonial economy was integrated with British and world capitalist economy. We have already studied, if you remember, if you all remember, we have studied it, that all import duties in India were totally removed or reduced to nominal rates. Everyone, if you remember, did we not study yesterday that Indian goods, when they go abroad, 200% tax, 400% tax, but the British goods, when they come to India, 2% tax, 5% tax, maybe only 10% tax. Everyone, did we not study today only in the commercialization of agriculture? The British administration gave all the help to planters, or you can say to British planters or capitalists. So if they have to establish tea plantation, coffee plantation, railway, anything, they were given help. All of you. Railway. When was it established? East India Company, Shivani. Everyone. When was railway established? 1853. Which phase? Apart from this, guys, did we study Ryotwari system yesterday or not? Ryotwari. Did this make our agrarian structure more capitalist or not? Now cash is collected. Everyone, we have not studied this. We will study this later. But in this phase only, modern education was also introduced. Everyone, why did the British introduce modern education in India? All of you, why did the British introduce modern education in India? To get cheap labor. Everyone, for every position, they could not bring people from Britain. So for, let's say, positions like clerks, Indians were given modern education. All of you, I have only one question. You all tell me. If railway was established, did Britain spend money? Everyone. If railway was established, did Britain, by Britain has to spend money, then only they would have to build it. Now, if they have built, money was used. Okay, if schools and colleges were established, was there money spent or not? If schools and colleges were established, okay. Guys, in Ryotwari, who will collect the taxes? In Ryotwari, who will collect the taxes? Government officers? Now, all of you, don't you think because of all this, Britain is spending money in India? Everyone, will you admit Britain is forced to spend money in India? Guys, ultimately, this money came by taxation and burden on peasants. The taxes collected from the peasants increased. The burden on the peasants increased because through this costly administration was managed now. All of you, Am I clear? Yeah, Suvin, you are correct. Everyone, is industrial phase totally clear? The 2 Charter Acts we have already done, so not doing that. Last phase, financial. All of you, though it is related to world history, but anyone, can you tell me which was the first country in the world where industrial revolution happened? Anyone who is saying anything apart from Britain, you are wrong. The first country where industrial revolution happened was Britain. But now, everyone, Britain is being challenged by whom? USA, Japan, Russia, France, Belgium, and so many other European countries. Everyone, is this challenge clear? All of you, Britain's supremacy is being challenged. Number two, everyone, some scientific knowledge also happened here. All of you, what is the scientific knowledge? Heard about this? All of you heard about this petroleum? Petroleum was not known before this. Now petroleum is known. So petroleum could be used as fuel in internal combustion engines. Similarly, guys, I don't know if you all have idea, electricity got developed. So these scientific knowledges, they have basically unified the world economy. Everyone, in this slide till here, is everything clear or not? All of you, is everything clear till here in this? Everyone, now a very simple thing. Guys, I'm asking you, is India important for Britain? Everyone, is India important for Britain? Okay. So can I say India is important for Britain for two purposes? They get raw materials from India, and India is a very important market for them. Now, all of you tell me, India is one amongst many colonies in the world. Will the other countries who are doing this industrial revolution, will they not be thinking, if they get India, how cool it would have been for them? All of you think. Don't you think everybody would be wanting colonies like India? All these Western powers, they want more and more colony. So guys, Britain now wanted to consolidate its power, or rather control, I should use the word, its control over India. Guys, how do you control India? They came up with, you might have heard this, theories like white man's burden. Have you heard this? All of you. What does Britain say? Britain says India is a backward country. India is having barbaric people. And the British, they have come to civilize us. Guys, they came up with theories like India needs permanent trusteeship. Trusteeship is, they are saying India is like a child, an immature child. We need to remain in India. We need to civilize them. We need to guide them. So all of you, the Britishers are trying to say and show that, see, their rule in India is very, very advantageous for Indians. It is ultimately helping the Indians. Everyone, am I clear at this point? That is why now reactionary governor generals like Lytton, your Curzon, etc., came and started ruling over India. And we have already studied that in this phase, a lot of deindustrialization was done. At max, partial industrialization was done. Only a few select capitalists were allowed to do business in India. For example, let's say Tata's. Rest, they never ever allowed us to do business in India. Everyone, done with the whole chapter of economic history of modern India. Took me almost 7 hours to complete this. Today, yesterday, and almost half an hour or more than that on Friday when we were doing drain of wealth. Everyone, clear with this chapter? All of you clear with this chapter? Now everyone, those who have, if anyone has Bipin Chandra in their hands, tell me which chapters are these, chapter 5 and chapter 11. Is this chapter 5 and chapter 11? All of you, is this, if anyone, please see the index and tell me which two chapters are these. Chapter 5, thank you Chisti. And there would be one more, chapter 5 and chapter 9. Okay, done, thank you. For those who are asking which chapter to read from Bipin Chandra, chapter 5 and chapter 9, these are the two chapters that you will have to study from your Bipin Chandra if you want to do this too. Okay? Number 2, please understand everyone. Most of these points we have done here. Some people are saying chapter 4, it might be addition difference. It might be addition difference. So chapter 4 in some books, maybe check it. Everyone, please listen to me. Guys, in the book, for example, some people are complaining. The book language is very tough here. I know, guys, the book language at times is slightly not that easier. That's why I have said, read the PPT first, look at the book once, but you will find that we have covered way more than Bipin Chandra as far as this chapter is concerned. Everyone, am I clear with this? Much more than your Bipin Chandra has been covered in this particular book. Okay, Avnish, we are not going according to the order of the book. I have told every class which chapter you have to read. Way more than that. And in NCERT, class number 8, chapter number 3, you can do that. Guys, again, those who are asking, let me tell you, for 2 minutes, listen to me. How should you go about this? First thing is, listen in the class. Number 2, once you have done in the class, some people are making the notes in the class, or after the class, prepare your notes. That would be very concise notes. Then, after the notes, you can open the book. You will find every detail of the book was covered in the class, or you would have already written in the notes. Still, if you think anything more important you found in the book, add it in the notes. Now, guys, I don't know who has how much time. Those who have very less time, only attend the class, use my notes. Those who have more time, read the book. Those who have further more time, go for ARM. Those who say that, sir, we are preparing for 2026, we have more time, go for another book also, not a problem. ARM say is additional reading material. Every day you get additional reading material also. So then you can go for another book at this point of time. Everyone, am I clear with this? See, you have to decide. You have to decide, guys, how much time you have. Based on that, do all these. Now, let's start the next chapter here. Very, very important chapter. Very important. Thank you, Arpita. I've shown in the first class only a lot of question in prelims has come from this area, and a lot of questions in mains also come from this area. Again, if you look in your NCERT, guys, which two chapters? I think chapter 6 and chapter 11. Tell me. Use my notes, Shivani. Everyone, which two chapters? Chapter 6 and chapter 11. All of you, chapter 6 and chapter 11 of your Bipin Chandra is this. Very lengthy. Very, very lengthy chapter. Today we are starting. Today is Tuesday. We will do it on Tuesday, on Wednesday, and till Friday. We are going to do this. Now, this chapter is easy for some people, is tough for some people. Now, guys, understand. For those students who simply follow my class plus notes and maximum a book, whichever book you are saying, and that also I'll tell you the exact page numbers. For them, it will be easy. For those who will try to do a PhD, it will be very tough. Because every man, I'll tell you what PhD is, I'll tell you. For example, tomorrow I will start Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Now, some people, they will start asking me that, sir, what was the name of mother of Raja Ram Mohan Roy? Sir, what was the name of wife of Raja Ram Mohan Roy? Sir, how many sons and daughters Raja Ram Mohan Roy had? Guys, I'm not worried about these. And simply, frankly speaking, I don't know all these details. Some people will ask, sir, what was the birth date of Raja Ram Mohan Roy? Where was he born? Leave this unnecessary details. Don't go into that. Focus on what I am telling you. That will be more than sufficient. Am I clear? Everyone? Yes, Shreyan. Okay. Now coming to this part. Tomorrow there is no holiday. I think there is a holiday day after tomorrow. Thursday would be a holiday. Tomorrow there is no holiday. Uni, open the NCRT's index. Open the index of the NCRT. You cannot have 2 days holiday. Janmashtami is day after tomorrow, I think. So that would be a holiday. All of you, 8th class, Uni. Do you understand these 6 points? Anyone who does not understand any of these 6 points? These are the issues faced by women in 19th and to a certain extent even 20th century. Okay, many people are asking about this. Some people are asking about this. Okay, all of you, see here. Husband has died. Now, many ladies in the upper societies, mainly, and specifically in Bengal, but then in other areas also it used to happen. After the death of the husband, wife would jump in the funeral pyre and die. All of you, please see this image. You all can see here, the wife is about to jump in the funeral pyre of her husband. As you all can see, this is an occasion people are playing musical instruments. All of you, this is known as sati. Everyone, sati is clear? For those who are asking why the woman does sati, she does it to show that she is a pure and virtuous woman who wants to be in a conjugal relationship even after the death of her husband. Guys, this is to show that, see, she's a very good lady, pure lady, and she wants to stay, you know, with her husband even after the death of her husband. Please understand this sati, to it only, many people they get confused. There is something called Johar. In medieval times, no, sati happened before that also, Rahul. In medieval times, when the invaders would attack, the Rajput ladies, in order to protect their honor, they would commit mass suicides in order to protect their honor. So there is a difference in sati and Johar. Am I clear, everyone? Johar, Gayatri, I said now. Now, all of you, let's say the husband has died, and all of you, see here, wife does not commit sati. See, I'm telling you, I don't look at historical movies. If the husband has died and the wife does not commit sati, all of you, she will become what? Widow. Now, if you all have the idea, the condition of widows in India was very, very poor. How? They had to, first of all, live everything that gives her happiness. For example, plain clothes, no jewelry. A lot of times, quit, let's say, non-veg food, live outside the homes. Separate homes would be there for them. If young widow, then she won't be allowed to participate in auspicious functions. And for all the girls who are in the class, you all know that the hair is a very, very beautiful and very important element in the beauty of the girls. So their head would be shaved. They would be asked to become bald and later keep short hair. Everyone, am I clear? Thank you, Parul. All of you, am I clear with this last 3 points? Sati, condition of widow, tonsure. Okay. Now come to the first 3 points. And let's begin with this one. Gender inequality. Today we talk about the third gender also. In those days, we are talking about 2 genders only. In everything, men would have preference over women. Everyone, can I say this? All of you, can I say this? Men, for example, property rights. Women had no property rights. Men had. Women were confined to their homes. Men were not. And under gender inequality, only another very valid point is education. Men would be given education. Most of the time, the female would not get the education. It would be as if, why do you want to have education? You know, am I clear? Thank you, Anil. Everyone, see again, dekho, you will study this chapter in a big manner in social issues. I'm only touching these issues in a very superficial manner because we would be hearing these words throughout tomorrow and Friday's class. Am I clear, everyone? Lastly, superstitions. Everyone, superstition is what? Witchcraft, for example. A lot of times, the women, they would be accused of being a witch. Those who don't understand witch in Hindi is Dayan. So the witch, they would be accused of being, that, oh, the husband has died young. You have, killed my son or killed my brother, whatever that might be. Women's condition because of these issues became really bad in the 19th and 20th century. Am I clear, guys? All of you. Black magic, yes, you can use that word, absolutely. Thank you, Manish. Okay, tell me these five. Do you understand these five, everyone? Everyone, do you understand this? Dipti, it is parda. Parda, for example, in Muslims, for example, you see, the hijab is there. Similarly, in Hindus, ghungat is there. So a lot of these, you know, times this dressing was a forced thing. See, if you are asking me my opinion, guys, my opinion here is very simple. What a girl wants to wear is her prerogative. Nobody else should dictate it to her that what she should wear and what she should not wear. So, if you are asking my opinion, this is mine. But then a lot of times they are forced to have that veil, both in the Hindu as well as the Muslim societies. You would see parda. Similarly, guys, polygamy. Please understand, polygamy is a gender neutral word. Guys, what are the two terminologies under polygamy? Anyone? Polygamy simply means to have more than one partner. If any lady or the man has more than one wife or husband, it is this. And further, polygamy and polyandry. Everyone, monogamy means only one partner, single partner. Polygamy means more than one partner. Everyone, what is polygamy and what is polyandry? Everyone, in for example, a lot of times these days, Assam's chief minister is talking about that they are going to bring polygamy, act which will ban this polygamy. Getting my point? So polyandry, more than one husband. That is, a wife has more than one husband. Polygamy is more than 1 5. Yes, Draupadi is a famous example of polyandry. Everyone, am I clear? Again, guys, more is this. In those days, a lot of times, let's say the first wife did not bear a child, the husband would marry another lady. Similarly, let's say in tribal practices, also in Islam, also it is there. A lot of times, if you see, that's why the laws are being talked about that we will ban polygamy. Everyone, am I clear with this? All of you? These two are clear? Okay, come to child marriage. Hopefully, everybody understands. 4-year girl married to 6-year boy. Sometimes 4-year girl married to 14-year boy. Sometimes 4-year girl married to 24-year boy. Anything can happen. Very young ages, the children would be married in those days. Even now, even though it is banned, you would get the instances of child marriages, and this is totally prohibited today. And most of the child marriages today, they are happening in the lower strata of society, where the people are doing it in order to protect the honor of their girl child. So a lot of these child marriages would be done today. Female infanticide, girl child would be killed at the time of birth only. So very famously, Rajputana, that is present day Rajasthan and all those areas, in Rajputana and all, a lot of female infanticides used to happen in those days. The thing is, this would be mainly in the Hindu society, when the urge for the male child, because they would always prefer male child. Another thing was that this was also done because there was a lot of expenditure on the marriages of girls. See, because of female infanticide only, the sex ratio of the states like Haryana, Rajasthan, was very poor till recently, but now it's improving a lot. Lastly, should I even go and explain to you dowry? No, after birth, Zeba. How will you know before birth whether it is girl or not? Everyone who does not know dowry system, unfortunately, exists even today. Unfortunately, has only growing in some cases, and new forms of dowry can be seen, where indirect dowry forms that arrange a great marriage, spend this on the gifts and all, that is going on even today. And the show of culture has made these things much more prominent. Gift in the form of gifts. No, Santosh, you are married only to one person at a time. That's the understanding. Everyone, yes, most of this, everyone except Sati, all these exist even today. That's my ending point for the day. Yes, everywhere, I know. Guys, I'll tell you, I have taught everywhere in the country except Chhattisgarh and certain northeastern states. And I can tell you, everywhere, wherever I have asked, people have admitted dowry happens in their society. Only in the northeastern states and a few societies like in Kerala, etc., where dowry is not practiced, unfortunately, a thing that should end as early as possible. Am I clear? Everyone, am I clear? There are many other problems. We will see more of them tomorrow. I have given you a good idea about some of the major problems. Yes, Shriyank, Lucknow, we have our center. So done with this class. It is 9:25 at this moment. I will take up some of your queries. Those who have no questions, I hope you enjoyed your class. Thank you. Yes, Mohan. And again, happy Teachers Day to you people also. Let's, you can enjoy, go and revise. Those who are wishing